It stays with you through the offseason and perhaps the rest of your baseball life. But here's a night to atone for that disappointment and turn it around and beat Madison Bumgarner and the Giants. And here's their batting order tonight, much like the one we've seen the first two games. Aoki, Panik, Pagan, and Posey. Then McGee and Blanco. Matt Duffy is the one change. He starts at first base, the rookie. Brandon Crawford drops down to the number 8th spot in the batting order. And don't forget, Bumgarner was also the Silver Slugger winner as the best hitting pitcher. Hit 4 home runs, a couple of grand slams. So he is a 9th bat in the order. James Shields.
James Shields coming off a good outing against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Great command. Change is good. We all know that phrase, but the change I'm referring to is the changeup out of the hand of James Shields. This Giants team loves to hit the fastball. Let's see if they can adjust. And he's just an all-around great athlete. 2 great athletes on the hill tonight.
Bruce Bochy, who's taken the Giants to 3 World Series titles in 5 years, makes his home in nearby Poway. Sellout crowd expected on this Saturday night, baseball night in San Diego. Shields is ready. Aoki steps in. Glad you're with us, and here we go. Strike one. Plate umpire is Larry Vanover. First home start for James Shields after opening on the road against the LA Dodgers. Allowed a couple of runs, struck out 8. No decision. 0-2. There's the breaking ball.
Oh, right out of the gate, James Shields getting up top and spinning that breaking ball. Quickly had 0-2.
Shadows can play a factor here in these 5:40 starts. Tough for the hitters. Skips that one in, 1-2. As you can see, it'll take 25-30 minutes before the Shadows cover the field.
Big turn over the rubber as he gets the momentum in that hip turn, and then good follow through over that front side. Power pitcher, max effort guy.
Reaches out and spoils that one. Well, this series featuring each team scoring 1, and the Giants' run was unearned. So 1 earned run in 2 full games. And one would expect the low scoring to continue tonight. I don't disagree with Mark Sweeney very often, but it would be a surprise if we have the winner scoring 4 or 5. This is, I think, going to be a nail biter right to the end. Padres pitching. While the hitting has been disappointing, it's easy to overlook the fact that the Padres have not allowed an earned run for 23 consecutive innings.
Oh, it's just a little bit of offense. A hit here, a hit there, an extra base hit. Put a crooked number up with the way they've been pitching. Hopefully it continues tonight.
Right back to the mound. Shields fields it, and we have one away. And a look at the Padres defense, brought to you by the San Diego County Ford dealers. In the outfield, Padres with Upton and Kemp at the corners. Myers to patrol center. Middlebrooks and Varmus on the left side. Jerko and Solarte. Jan Solarte gets a start at first base. Derek Norris behind the plate for James Shields. Solarte, his value, the versatility, not only as a hitter, a switch hitter, but that he can play every infield position. Joe Panik takes strike 1. Young second baseman from New York, St. John's University, hitting .250 at the start. Slider inside. Look at the men in blue. Vanover behind the plate. He's the crew chief. Then Culp at first, Knight at second, Carapazza at third base. Line to left field. That's going to be a base hit. Upton over to cut it off, and Panik with a long single. Hunter Pence did the damage to James Shields in game 1 with that home run, getting the Giants off on the right foot. Hunter, of course, on the disabled list currently with a fractured arm. Shields comes back in game 5 and pitched much better, allowing only 2 runs. But again, it was Bumgarner even tougher for the Giants.
I'll tell you what, he had the breaking ball. He had the changeup working in that game. 5-6 solid innings.
Here's Angel Pagan. Takes a strike. First 3 hitters. Shields first strike on the first pitch. Pagan, 4 doubles and a triple among his 6 hits. There's Pence. They're eager to get him back in the lineup, probably early in May.
And Tim Hudson on the right there, who pitched to Jim the other day.
Pretty good looking pitch. Off speed, 1-1. Posey will be next. Incredible. First 2 games, 12 innings, 1-0 on an unearned run. Giants with a victory. And then last night the Padres scored in the bottom of the 8th inning to win it 1-0. Lifted left field corner and slicing toward the crowd. Out of play. Nice catch made by that young lady.
It looks like it's a Bumgarner fan as well. Brings your glove to the game, going home with a souvenir.
Bought herself a big piece of leather there, didn't she? And there's Madison Bumgarner waiting to take the field in the bottom of the first inning.
James Shields throwing some breaking balls. Going to the number 2 early against these Giants.
Ball, 2 strikes to Pagan. To second baseman Jerko, not a chance for a double play as Panic held his ground, did not take the big lead. Broken back liner for the second out.
It got in on him a little bit. You can hear that bat snap all the way up here. See Jed Jerko playing a double play depth.
So 2 away. Buster Posey, as we've mentioned in the first 2 games of the series, he has been especially effective against the Padres and here in San Diego, hitting around 350 career-wise. First time that Shields has not offered a first pitch strike in the inning. Posey, 6 for 17, a good start. Hit a homer in Arizona when they took 2 out of 3 from the D-backs.
Well, one of the things that James Shields can do with regularity is dot the fastball down and away. That's how this pitching staff pitched to Buster Posey last year. Not much off the plate there that last pitch. That was a pretty good breaking ball there.
Tyson Ross there on the left. He'll get the call tomorrow against Jake Peavy, the former Padre, and Andrew Kastner then will pitch Monday night against Arizona. Pops him up. First baseman Solarte into foul territory. And now back into fair territory and misses the ball. Oh my, and safe at first as Posey. Unfortunately, Panic not hustling all the way. He does make it to third. Might have been able to score. Goodness. That's a Cactus League miss.
Straight up the elevator shaft. Now Solarte, it's like a catcher going back for a foul ball. That ball is going to come back. Start spinning back, pointing no return right there. That's probably the worst feeling. Catchable ball for Solarte, a big league boot there, and the Giants get another swing at it with 2 outs.
Yonder Alonso normally starting at first base. And Panic, we watched that replay, was just jogging to second base. Had he been hustling all the way, it'd be 1-0. Here's Casey McGee. Now a 4-out inning here in the first for the Giants.
And hopefully James Shields doesn't have to throw that many more pitches here in this inning. That's 1 pitch after the miscue. Hopefully he can hold it to maybe 2 or 3.
Fly ball center field. Getting ground is Myers, and he's there for the catch. No damage done by the Solarte error. Padres coming up in the bottom of the first. It'll be Myers, Solarte, and Kemp for the Padres against Mad Bum of San Francisco. lineup brought to you by Toyota. Bud Black has him hitting in this order. Myers first, then Solarte in the 2-hole. Kemp and Upton with Derek Norris batting 5th. Will Middlebrooks back in the starting lineup. Then Jed Jerko, Clint Barmas will hit 8th. And James Shields, who likes to swing the bat, 9th. Well, as Casey McGee hit that fly ball to center, his break out of the batter's box, and he crumpled with what appears to be a leg or groin injury.
That brought him to his knees.
Well, the Giants have really been hit hard with injuries here early in the season. Joaquin Arias, who started in the opening game of this series at first base, will take over at third.
Well, here he is, big left-hander Madison Bumgarner. He's got the long 3/4 arm angle coming at you from the low 3/4, and to control all of his pitches. He is a great athlete with the bat. In fact, the professor is saying he can swing the bat as well. He can field his position. Try to get that breaking ball up, and right-handers be aware of that cutter inside as well from Madison Bumgarner.
Gave up 5 runs in 5 innings up in San Francisco, the only outing against the Padres last year, as San Diego hung one of his 10 losses on this 25-year-old from Hudson, North Carolina. He's a big old country boy. He still, when he's home in the offseason, likes to rope cattle.
Yeah.
He's actually competed in team roping contests, and he certainly hog-tied the opposition in the playoffs. Bunted high in the air and all the way back to the screen by Will Myers. Myers, the hero last night in the 8th inning after Barmas had walked, sent this shot over the head of right fielder Blanco. It caromed just enough for Barmas running all the way to score. And that was the only run of the game.
That just goes to show you how strong this kid is, Will Myers. What, you call that on the swing?
That was an unusual call. He went with the left hand, and then after a pause, it certainly didn't look like he went around.
So Larry Vanover calling it on the swing, not asking for help.
Foul back. So 2 strikes on Myers. Bud Black here the first week of the season has had more than one issue with plate umpires.
You know, if I'm a home plate umpire, and this is just me speaking, one man's opinion, I'm going to always ask for help. I'm watching the pitch. I'm watching the location of the pitch. How can you concentrate on the swing?
That's the job of the first and third base umpires, to help you out.
And you know, and then you're not the bad guy, right? Say hello to the bad guy, right? It's the other. You know, it's the third base and the first base umpire. Put it to them.
But there's a certain amount of pride in being the man behind the plate and calling all the pitches. And so I don't need help. I can call it myself. Fly ball on the infield. Panic the second baseman right near the bag for the first down. Giants defense brought to you by Renovation Realty. In the outfield, Aoki, Pagan, and Blanco left to right. Left side, Arias now for McGee and Crawford. Panic and Duffy gets the call at first base. Posey behind the plate for Bumgarner. Joaquin Arias, much like Solarte, can play all 4 infield positions. So he replaces the injured McGee. Here's Solarte.
Arias almost like that long reliever, right? Odrisamer Despaigne, when the starter got hurt, he was right in there. Moment's notice.
Bumgarner, a big man, 6'5", 235. And he's just 25 with all the success. He's won 68 games already, not counting playoffs. And he's 25 years young.
Pitches like a 10-year veteran.
Arias in foul territory, no play. We say that Bumgarner, they call him Mad Bum, abbreviation of first and last names, is a country guy, and he is indeed. Lenoir, North Carolina, Hudson, North Carolina, the Blue Ridge Mountains. Owns a 116-acre farm with 20 horses, 60 head of cattle. Bounces that one. In fact, he claims he didn't own a suit until he won that Sportsman of the Year award from Sports Illustrated. So you got to wear a suit to get the award. He was married in a white shirt and in jeans with a pocket knife at the altar. Highly competitive player. We've seen that. I mean, not only great stuff, but he expects to win every game. He's personality a lot like the man he opposes, James Shields.
Doesn't show a lot of emotion, doesn't get rattled.
Another foul by Solarte, and the count remains full with Matt Kemp on deck. Just a perfect baseball night. This is really an early momentum builder. Two top pitchers. Which team is going to prevail? Fly ball to left center. It's hanging up, and Pagan there to make the play.
Going to have to keep an eye on both pitchers if they stay out of the heart of the plate. That's a big key for either of these guys.
Here's game one of the World Series, allowing only 1 run and 3 hits to get the Giants off on the right foot against the Kansas City Royals. There's Aoki, who's now a member of the Giants. And then comes right back. Game 5 spins a beauty. And then that terrific job in relief in Game 7. Remarkable on, a day's rest. And goes 5 shutout innings in relief to seal the World Series victory. His ERA in the World Series, now he's pitched in 3 of them, is 0.25. By far the best ever. Well, there's a discrepancy in the notes we received. 0.25, 0.29. It's still way, way lower than anyone else. Line drive, Kemp. Foul ball right on the line, and Kemp is on his way to second. The throw in is not in time. Double with 2 away.
We know that Madison Bumgarner can locate the fastball, get ahead, and then drop the breaking ball on you or cut the fastball in. On contact, that pitch is up just on the line for a 2-out hit for Matt Kemp in scoring position.
Strong enough that with a broken bat, he could still line it into that left field corner. So here's Justin Upton, a chance for the Padres to take the early lead. Feeling very good about that, scoring in the first inning in Los Angeles all 3 games, or at least the first 2 games. Something did score in all 3 games first inning. Upton has had a hit in each of the first 5 games. Last night a single up the middle and stole his first base. Popped up and out of play.
You know, we've seen a lot of that with Justin Upton. He is just missing pitches. He's popped some there just sky high. Well, you know, you just get on top of that baseball a little bit more, and it's going to be a different story. I think it's just a matter of time before we start seeing that.
Yeah, that pop fly, you cut that up into 4 singles. That was that high. Just hit it that way.
A couple of first pitches from Bumgarner up in the zone, but you can see out of the heart of the plate.
Down low, 2-1. Couple of all-stars in this head-to-head. Bumgarner, all-star performer each of the last 2 years. Upton knows his way to that midseason classic as well.
You know, we talk about the stuff from Bumgarner. He also throws across his body. He goes pretty much from the middle of the rubber there, but really steps towards first base. And I guess you could say he throws a little bit of deception in there as well. In contact, the big toe is in the center, maybe towards the third base side. Majority of his foot, but then he throws well across his body.
2-out double. Kemp standing there behind Bumgarner at second base. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Upton. Ground ball into left field for a base hit. Here comes Kemp. Up with the ball is Aoki. Here's the throw to the plate. He is in there. Throw back to second. Not in time. Padres lead 1-0. Upton delivers. That's 6 straight games with a base hit.
This was a battle here. 2 strikes, 2-2 pitch, breaking ball. He wanted to bury it down, but it was up just enough. And we know that Justin Upton is short and quick to the ball. Through the hole, past a pretty darn good shortstop, Brandon Crawford, good range. And with 2 outs, Kemp gets the green light. And Matt can still pick him up and put him down. Upton realizes the throw goes through and switches places with him. Nice.
So first inning magic again for the Padres. Here's Derek Norris. Chance to pick up Upton with the singles and making it to second on the throw in. 4 for 9 against Bumgarner is Derek Norris. Yeah, runs have been so precious in this series. Nice to see a 1-0 early.
Oh, that ball's off the plate.
Bounces into Posey.
Very good layoff right there from Derek Norris. Working the hitter's count, 2-1. Yeah, give Matt Kemp a little bit of a breather after scoring on that one there. Prolong the inning.
And the pitch count already up to 23 on Bumgarner. Nice pitch, 2-2.
Shorter breaking ball, not the big humpy breaking ball that he throws down and in.
So the 3-4 hitters, Kemp and Upton, collaborate on a run here in the first. Ground ball toward left field, but Crawford able to dig that one out. Norris beats it out for a base hit. But Crawford saves a run. Upton holding at third.
2 at-bats against Bumgarner who are really battling. Upton, 2 strikes. Derek Norris worked the hitter's count, and he will gladly sacrifice that bat. And you know what? Norris getting down the line nicely. Once again, we've seen it since day one.
So he earns his 7th hit of the season, batting over 300. And Will Middlebrooks, the 6th man to come to the plate for the Padres. 3 consecutive hits. Kemp double, Upton RBI single, Norris an infield hit. Middlebrooks, 3 hits, one of those a home run in Los Angeles, as you'll recall, to the opposite field. 92 for a strike.
25 pitches for Madison Bumgarner, and with Will Middlebrooks up there, make that 26 pitches for the lefty. Will Middlebrooks got a good idea of how Madison Bumgarner is pitching against these righties. Solarte, the switch hitter, batting righty, so all righties this inning. Nice little scouting report for the Padre third sacker.
That's inside, 1-1. What a beautiful scene. Baseball night, Saturday night in San Diego. Big crowd. Terrific pitching matchup. Rivals in the NL West. Waited on that off-speed pitch and punched it foul to right.
He just pulled off it a little bit after seeing some hard stuff, and then he puts a little wrinkle in one. I would have to imagine it's tough to stay back.
Padres have drawn 85,000 for the first 2 games of this series, and they'll be well over 40 here again tonight. Line drive left field. Aoki can't get there. Scoring is Upton. It's 2-0. 4 straight hits for San Diego. Aoki did not read that well off the bat. Had a late start. Middlebrooks with his 3rd RBI.
Well, the Padre hitters are doing a fine job of fighting pitches off, getting on top of that ball, some serious top hand, and Aoki cannot get to it. Hey, sometimes it's nice not to hit the sweet spot. Upton's ball was hit pretty well, or Kemp's ball was hit pretty well. Upton fought one off. Norris fought one off. And if another run right there after Middlebrooks does the same.
Upton scores. Norris checks in at second on Middlebrooks' RBI, his 3rd. As we bring you the keys to this game, brought to you by your Honda dealers in San Diego County.
Hey, big lead early for San Diego. Get to Bumgarner, right? And give the 8th and 9th inning guys a rest. Hopefully, score 4 or 5 runs. Give Benoit and Kimbrel a night off.
Chad Jerko takes ball 1. Well, you're prophetic there with getting an early lead. The Padres indeed have produced 2 here in the first. Crooked number had not been posted in this series. Ball 2. Bumgarner is showing a bit of unnerved. Slams his fist into his glove.
Well, hopefully the trend for Will Middlebrooks continues from last year. Will hit .292 with runners in scoring position. Overall, though, he hit .192, but hey, when the chips were down and guys in scoring position, he came through.
Jerko pops it up. Second baseman panicked in the outfield grass. And that'll do it for the Padres, but 4 consecutive hits with 2 outs. Kemp, Upton, Norris, and Middlebrooks. And the Padres have a 2-0 lead. To the top of the second, and here are cold hard facts brought to you by Clean, Crisp, Coors Light. In the series, 2 games. Look at the numbers. What there are minuscule. 1 earned run in 2 full games plus 3 extra innings. A lot of double plays.
Yeah, we've seen some good defense on both ends.
Gregor Blanco leads it off for the Giants in the second. Takes a strike. Duffy and Crawford to follow. The Giants, the last 11 games here at Petco, have managed only 4 wins. He went around. And in those 11 games, Padre pitching holding San Francisco to 1.9 runs per game.
Well, how huge would it be? We say it all the time, Dick. James Shields throws up a 0 here quickly after the Padres scored 2 in their bottom half of the first.
Yeah, hold serve.
There you go.
Catch you out on that tennis court sometime. I'll do a little play-by-play on you, you know.
How about that Giants offense? Wow, 4-7 record in 11 games here at Petco Park.
Hitting only 160 in those 11 games as a team.
Some great Padre pitching.
Blanco 3 for 16 at the start. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. First punch out for James Shields.
James Shields going soft early to Blanco, and then with the heater down and away. I'll tell you what, he can really spot a fastball with the best of them.
Good little run on that ball from the heart of the plate to the outside. 33 years of age, James Shields. Went from Tampa Bay to Kansas City 2012. Ball, those inflated balls thrown out onto the field in the right field corner. What do you think this is, Dodger Stadium? Must have been a Dodger fan out there. Matt Duffy, 3 for 7. This rookie pops it up. Shortstop Barmes at the edge of the grass. 2 away.
Gotta love that first pitch swinging out. Bottom of the order. Now, number 8 hitter.
Crawford, who hit in the 5th spot in the first 2 games of the series, dropped down to 8th by Bruce Bochy today. He's 5 for 21, as you can see, with a home run. Had his best power year, home runs and RBIs last season. He just seems to be improving both defensively and offensively. We've seen him grow. The Giants have really liked the maturity of this young man who played his college ball at UCLA. Ian Kennedy on the 15-day disabled list with that hamstring tug, so he'll miss 2 turns. OD Despaigne will take over his spot. There's his changeup, 1-2. So Despaigne will pitch on Tuesday night against the D-backs. Looks like it'll be Cashner Monday, Despaigne Tuesday, and Morrow on Wednesday before the Padres leave on a trip to Chicago and Colorado. Ooh, 1-2 pitch and he hits it.
Oh, he's ticked off too. That's the last thing James Shields wants to do. Having Crawford 1-2, the number 8 hitter, he's got him set up. Sure, the pitcher's coming up, but Bumgarner, hey, he's no slouch up there. Ball just gets yanked right in the hamstring.
Almost hit him in the wallet. Now Bumgarner again last year led all major league pitchers in hitting. Finished with a .258 average, 4 homers, and knocked in 15 runs. Of course, a couple of grand slams will do it for your RBI total. Hits right-handed, does most everything right-handed except throw a baseball. So you got to pitch to him as if he were in the middle of the lineup.
Yeah, and what does he start him off with? A breaking ball first pitch for a ball. You're not going to just lay a fastball in there. There's the career numbers that Dick was just talking about.
That's for the career, but last year that 164 career on the season was almost 100 points higher. He looks like a hitter.
He swings it.
There's last year's numbers in 34 games.
Dick, I know you've seen some good pitchers hitting throughout their career. One guy that comes on, Ken Brett. Remember Ken Brett?
Oh, he was an excellent hitter. Don Drysdale was outstanding.
Yeah, the double D, the winder could hit.
Yeah, they pinch hit Drysdale. Two balls and a strike to Bumgarner. Goes to the slider, and it's 2-2. Probably the greatest hitting pitcher in baseball history.
Babe Ruth?
Exactly right. George Herman.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
We'll forget early in the year what a terrific pitcher he was.
Yeah.
That was his position with the Boston Red Sox. 2-2. And the count goes full.
And of course, don't forget about the Padres pitchers. James Shields coming over from the American League. He's a good athlete. We'll have to see what he does. But Andrew Kashner handles the bat extremely well. Tyson Ross has got some pop.
Yeah, he had some good swings in the game at Dodger Stadium, didn't he?
Yep. Ian Kennedy.
Crawford off with the pitch. Fouled at the plate.
Ooh. Hear him grunt all the way up here. He doesn't get cheated.
Top of the order, Milwaukee would be next. It's an interesting note that Mike Pomeranz had on Padres Live, the pregame show, that this is only the 10th time that the matchup in the Game 7 of the World Series meets again early the next season. And this is the earliest ever. Only happened 10 times. Battling away, Bumgarner, and the count remains full.
Always like to peek in, see what Derek Norris is going to throw down there. Fastball away.
Boy, that drilled deep but foul. Way out of here. Man. Up into the second tier.
And that was a fastball, too. He had to be guessing fastball to be out in front of it that much. Here it is coming at you. Right down the middle.
Wipe the saliva off your chin.
Ninth pitch coming.
Got it. Finally went back to the slider to finish the job. Well, maybe that was a changeup. Yeah. Took something off. Second strikeout of the inning. Padres lead 2-0. presenting Padres Baseball, brought to you by Petco. What we feed them matters. Across the Coronado Bridge, looking back on our fine city. There's the World Series dominance of Madison Bumgarner. And look at the names. These are pitchers with 30 innings or more in the World Series. Harry the Cat Burkeen of the Cardinals, second. Babe Ruth. Sherry Smith, who pitched way back at the turn of the century in the early 1900s with Pittsburgh and Brooklyn. And Sandy Koufax. How about that list?
He's had quite a resume in the short time he's been in the big leagues. Like you said, Dick, only 25 years old. 3 World Series championships, 2 All-Stars, World Series MVP.
Well, it's a shame that you didn't get into the World Series more often. You didn't have a chance to get on that list.
Exactly.
They denied you.
But you know what, though? He can be beat, and it's been proven. Padres putting together great at-bats so far in this game early on.
32 pitches required by Bumgarner to get through that 2-run first inning. Here's Barmas, 3 for 9.
Get that pitch count up again.
Oh, off the bat, apparently not off the hand, thank goodness. The knob of the bat.
Coming in hot.
No, I guess it hit up around the handle as he pulled away. 1-2 the count. Looper to right and in for a base hit. Skips in front of Blanco. Barmas, a little 9-iron into right for a base hit, and the Padres are finding the holes tonight.
Well, the more and more you see Clint Barmas in a Padre uniform, you just love him. From his presence in the clubhouse, veteran leadership, and fighting pitches off, pulling the ball when he needs to, going the other way. Look at just a nice little short stride, recognize that pitch, and trying not to do too much. Very nice.
Well, leadoff single brings up Shields in the infield looking for the sacrifice. And squaring Shields. That's a common move by a pitcher. You go to first base to make that batter commit, so you know that he indeed is up there trying to sacrifice. 204 batting average for Shields.
We want to bunt it here because the first baseman is holding on the runner there.
Down low, ball 1.
You've got the third baseman crashing right there.
Well, we got a word from the clubhouse, Giants clubhouse, that Casey McGee suffered a left knee strain. That's even worse, perhaps. Hopefully not serious, but McGee out with a knee strain. Takes 2-0. Shields is a good enough hitter if Buddy Black is in a gambling mood.
Butcher Boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Pull that bat back and take that chop. No. This is on the bunt.
First time I heard that expression, the old Butcher Boy. Roger Craig, Hump Baby. Spring training with the Giants.
First I heard was a Casey Stengel used it.
Baltimore chop, I've heard that before.
The Baltimore chop is more the big swing and
high chopper.
And it just chops short and checks up.
Why does Baltimore have to?
I don't know. I guess that somebody, maybe an old Baltimore player, got hit in the chops. I don't know. That kid. No, it is interesting. That's something to look up. Yeah, it's part of baseball lore. How did Baltimore chop all begin? Kurt Bavak was here in the booth. He probably knows the answer to that.
He's probably the inventor of it.
Yeah. So failing the bunt, Shields 2-2 now. Might be swinging away. Arias stays in at third. Nope, squares away. He takes a lot of pride in his at-bats, does Shields. So the last thing he wants to do is walk back to the dugout, striking out, trying to bunt.
This wouldn't be a bad idea to pull back and swing with 2 strikes, because if you foul it off, you get another hack at it.
Yeah, I guess he is. Arias backs up at third. No, not. There it is. Baltimore chop hits it to right field. Blanco able to get back and make the catch. Boy, he got a lot behind that, considering he didn't have a full swing. One away. Top of the order, Will Myers.
I think James has got to be visibly upset because he did get the bunt down to get that runner over. Put a good swing on that last pitch, though. Just couldn't get on top of it enough.
Myers popped the second, leading off the first inning. Solardi fly to center, and then the Padres strung out 4 consecutive hits to score 2 runs off Bumgarner. Yeah, it's a strike. 91. Shift on for Myers, although Panic stays just on the second base side. Nevertheless, a big hole to aim at on the right side of the infield for Myers. 2 strikes the count.
Talked to Will before the game. He walked into the dugout, and he was working up a big league lather. I mean, he was huffing, puffing. He was drenched. I said, "What's going on, big boy?" He goes, "Oh, I was just working out at first base." And you know what? As a kid, he was a shortstop. And everybody knows the best athlete on your team is going to play short and pitch, right? So he, you know, if you put him at shortstop, I'll bet you he wouldn't embarrass you. He's that good of an athlete. So working out at first base before batting practice today for Will Myers.
Runner goes. The throw by Posey is waiting for Barnes. Oh, what a strike by Posey. Laid it right on the edge of the bag, and an easy out as Barnes running on the play.
He went on the first move, kind of shortened his lead a little bit too.
Look at this throw.
Yeah,
is right. That textbook?
Yep.
Panic making the tag, so 2 out. And now 2-2 to Myers. Well, here we go. Jimmy Mayorat says the 1918-94 Baltimore Orioles were a rough and tumble bunch. They'd do anything to get an advantage. Line foul. And they were nicknamed Baltimore Chops for their dirty play.
Oh, I like it. That's interesting. That's what's great about baseball. All the vernacular and names, how they evolved. Very nice. How about Will Myers chopping one out of here?
46 pitches for Madison Bumgarner. Breaking ball just misses. In fact, Myers acting as though that was a strike.
But Bumgarner also showing some emotion there a few times with the calls from Larry Vanover behind home plate.
Remember when he lost to the Padres last year in 5 innings? He was storming around the mound. He was mad not getting the calls. He could have gotten that one from Vanover, did not. Full count. Strike 3, says Vanover. Padres a single, no one left. They lead it 2-0.
Wait for it. Jed Jerko at second base. It's all about good first jumps. Jerko recognized the swing up in the air. Look how far he's got to go. The second baseman, the Mountaineer, makes a good run for it. And what the Willie Mays Hayes is going on here? Over the shoulder, secures it for the out. Nice athletic ability right there from Jed Jerko, helping out his pitcher there with a big out.
Joaquin Benoit gave him a standing ovation after that play last night. Aoki takes a strike. Tap back to the mound his first time. Good downward action on that pitch. 0-2. We mentioned Kurt Bavacqua. He joins us here in our Fox Sports San Diego booth. He will be conducting the Padres postgame social hour after Padres Live, the postgame show. That's going to be a regular Saturday night feature, we understand. And Kurt always has something interesting to say. That'll be fun for you.
We're putting Saturday Night Live out of the ratings. That's exactly what we're going to do.
They don't.
Good to see you.
Don't have a chance.
They don't have a chance. Tonight we got Gary Templeton and Merv Retman on.
Oh, great.
Nice. So it's going to be fun. People are going to learn some things that they didn't know about.
Yeah, we'll give them both our regards.
I will do that.
Two grand gentlemen.
You've done radio before. You've done a little bit of TV before.
Yeah.
You like doing that sort of thing?
What hasn't been done before is scoring 2 in the first.
Yeah, that's nice.
That was good.
Getting the pitch count up also for Madison Bumgarner.
I know, that was good. They've been swinging the bats well tonight. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the show. It's something that we've been talking about now for about a year, and it's come to fruition and going to include alumni, and it's going to be fun.
Well, you've got a lot of contacts around San Diego. How long have you made this wonderful part of the world your home?
When I got traded here in '79, I've been here ever since.
Good taste, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Line foul.
Who did you come from, Kurt?
Texas.
Texas, because you were with the Pirates, you were with Texas, you were with
Cincinnati early on. Came up through their system. Went to Cleveland briefly.
That's right.
Kansas City.
Keep going.
Pittsburgh. Milwaukee.
You had a heck of a career.
Sharply hit. Barma stays with it on the short hop and throws wildly. Does not go into the dugout nor into the stand. So at first base, Aoki will hold there.
Well, we all know, especially at this level, any level really, you give away extra outs. This looked like it was a smoked ball. And Barmer's pretty sure-handed and usually pretty good. But this one just leaks up the home plate side of first base. And Kurt, you played a little first base before. That's the right thing to do, obviously, to leave the bag.
Well, you have to. You have to come off the bag. Your number one priority is to catch the ball, keep it from maybe bouncing into the stand. That was just a bad throw.
Good job by Norris also backing up down the line, trailing down the line there.
So a couple of errors committed by the Padres tonight. Solarte lost that pop fly in the first inning. And here's Joe Panik, single to left field, his first at bat. Takes low, ball 1.
So what's going to be the format of the show, Kurt? Is it just going to be talking about old times, talking about the alumni? What do you got cooking?
They've left it up to me, and I haven't figured it out yet.
But sometimes that's the best way.
It'll be soon. When are we on? A couple hours?
Yeah,
we're good.
And the count runs to 2-0 to Panik. No one out. Aoki at first base on the throwing error from Barmas. Angel Pagan on deck. Biggest thrill in your big league life, the home run in the World Series?
Probably. Yeah, it was the whole World Series atmosphere was just outstanding. That's why I'd like to see it so bad again in San Diego.
Ground ball to first. Solarte gloves that. Throw to second, back to first, not in time with Shields covering. But they do get the lead runner. Panik safe on the fielder's choice. That'll bring up Pagan.
Well, being a right-handed first baseman, this is always one of the tougher plays because he's got to reach across his body, turn those shoulders, create a throwing lane. Kurt Bavacqua, a lot going on there for first baseman to get that lead running.
That's exactly why they would prefer first basemen to be left-handed, because of that play right there. It is a very difficult play for a first baseman. Solarte did a great job there.
And that's why former Padre Adrian Gonzalez, so beautiful to watch over there. Just everything seems so easy. Tagging the runner on pickoffs, closing the hole on the right side.
He does do a good job.
Pagan line to second his first time. And fans still giving him the razzmatazz after the little verbal battle in the opening game of the series between Pagan and catcher Norris. That was nothing.
Is that weird or what? I would have liked to have had Norris on the 84 team.
Oh, he would fit right in.
He would have had fun that day.
You've had better arguments, Kurt, in front of your mirror. I mean,
absolutely. Got to argue with yourself.
Oh, by the way, when we were in Los Angeles, Tommy Lasorda said to say hi.
He did. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Was he ill?
Okay, baseball fans, if you want to hear some great baseball banter, go to YouTube and put in Tommy Lasorda, Kurt Novakla. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Don't play it in front of your kids. For sure. And it's not me.
A ball and a strike to Pagan with Posey on deck.
In fact, there was another guy involved in that story between you, Tommy, Joe LaFay, who's a coach with, because it was regarding Joe LaFay.
He got hit in the head.
Who is now one of the hitting instructors with the San Francisco Giants.
That's exactly right. Brother Perkins hit a go-ahead home run in the 11th inning, and on the next pitch, LaFay got hit in the head.
There's Joe.
And so you took exception, understandably.
I did.
And then Mr. Lasorda rebuttal. Nice block by Norris. 2-2 the count.
Tom Niedenfuhr was the pitcher. And the media came into a locker room and said that they had fined Niedenfuhr $500 for hitting LaFay. And I must have said something about maybe they should have fined the person that told him to hit the pitcher.
Meaning the manager, Lasorda.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it got to Tommy. Fly ball to right field. A long run for Kemp, and he makes the catch. A little slow out of the blocks. Kemp, for a moment, I thought that might fall, but he was able to outrun it for the second out.
See how he darts towards the gap going out, and at the last second extends that glove. Not an easy play, Kurt.
He's been showing a lot of hustle. When he dove into the right field corner on that ball, it was about 5 or 6 feet foul onto that gravel. That's not an easy play to make either.
He's been a firestorm in the clubhouse, and during batting practice he's constantly on his teammates, having fun, charging them, challenging them.
Big at bat right here.
Posey safe on an error the first time. That high pop fly that Solarte misplayed started in foul territory, and the ball broke back into field of play, and Solarte whiffed it. How about this right-handed swing of Buster Posey? Pulls it foul. You know, I don't know why, whether it's an optical illusion or whatever, but it just seems that left-handed hitters have the beautiful, smooth, gracious swing. Right-handers don't get their credit. This man has an outstanding swing.
I think the guys that are really talented athletes, they get their credit. Those of us that had funky swings, I think we were the ones that ruined it for everybody else.
Ooh, the breaking ball fooled Posey. Doesn't get the call. 2-1. Nothing Padres. We're in the top of the third, and a ground ball to short. Farmers will go the short way, and that's it for the Giants in the third. Hey, Kurt, good luck in your career.
Thank you.
Your budding, blossoming career.
My blossoming career.
I smell an Emmy coming.
Yeah.
Me too. I don't think there's any doubt.
I'm staying up late tonight. How about you?
I'm in.
Hubba hubba.
Yes, everyone.
Arizona. Ender Inciarte in the 10th inning with a walk-off base hit through the drawn-in Dodger infield. J.P. Howell, the pitcher, and the Arizona Diamondbacks take the first game of their 3-game series. And the bat for Inciarte. We'll check the National League West standings in a moment. Here's the bottom of the 3rd, and Solardi looks at a curveball for a strike. Oh, doesn't get the strike call. Well, the Rockies, one of 3 teams in the National League unbeaten. The Rockies, Cincinnati, Atlanta all start 4-0. Then San Francisco, Arizona, LA, San Diego. It should be quite a race.
Well, history tells us that the Rockies are always going to hit. I know it's early in the season, but 322 as a club. But credit the bullpen this early.
Yeah, they're getting good pitching so far.
126 ERA for the Rockies. That's 4th in the National League. So fewer hits than innings pitched. So right now, looking good.
So 3 unbeaten teams: the Rockies, Reds, and Braves. By the way, Cameron Maybin with a home run last night in the Braves win. Detroit and Kansas City are 4-0 over in the American League. And the Chicago White Sox are 0-4. Up the middle for a base hit. Another hit for the Padres. Their 6th off Bumgarner.
Hey, getting the pitch up. That's a breaking ball. Right where it came from. That's good at bat right there.
The White Sox started 0-4, but I understand they did pick up a win today, so they're off the schneid.
I love that. There's another great baseball term, off the schneid.
Matt Kemp with 2 outs in the 1st inning. His double that kissed the foul line in left field set up a 2-run start for the Padres. Upton singled him home, and eventually Middlebrooks singled in Upton. Broken bat, well placed right on the line. And then Upton follows with a single. And Kemp hustles home with the first run, and Upton into second base on the throw. And then he eventually came around after Norris an infield hit and Middlebrooks a single to left to drive him in.
You know, one thing I look at, Dick, in this game early on, 2-0 lead, but the Padres have avoided the strikeout, right? Putting the ball in play. Only 1 strikeout. Looking, Will Myers, that was last inning.
That was on a 3-2 pitch.
Yeah, putting the ball in play, finding some holes.
Late swing by Kemp, fooled on that one, and there's the 2nd strikeout for Bumgarner. Brings up Justin Upton. Upton with his 4th RBI of the young season in the 1st inning. He's now had at least 1 hit in all 6 games for the Padres. Well, let's take a look at our T-Mobile game changer. Career Justin Upton against the man he faces tonight. 360 average, has a home run, now 2 RBIs.
You know, he's got that short, compact swing we've talked about. Bumgarner likes to bury the cutter, the fastball, the breaking ball down and in. And you know what? I would have to think it's a shorter path, right? Being so quick to the baseball inside, turning on it. Hence the successful numbers. It's something we can ask Mark Sweeney sometime during the course of the game.
Bumgarner jumps in front, 2 strikes. Not a complete shift on Upton, but Panic is hugging the second base side. Big hole on the right side.
You know, another thing I've noticed early on in this game is that the Padre hitters, the right-handers, all right-handers with the switching in Solarte, have been laying off that breaking ball down. I think that's another big key.
Up the middle, Crawford can't get it. And holding at second base is Solarte. Oh, Upton is 2 for 2. Beat the shift. They didn't have anyone in that spot.
It looked like Crawford was playing him to pull a little bit. We showed you that. And then what does he do? There's that pitch in I was talking about. Inner part of the plate, short, quick. How quick is it doing? Get those hands in. Get that barrel out there. And beats the shift of Crawford. Has to go to his left, just out of the range of the Giants shortstop.
So 7 hits now for the Padres with just 1 out in the 3rd. And here's Derek Norris, infield hit. Crawford able to dive in the hole and keep that base hit out of left field to save a run, but Middlebrooks followed with an RBI single anyway.
That's where they need the extra base hit right here.
A packed house here at Petco Park on our first baseball night in San Diego, our first Saturday night action. Quite a scene. Hope you'll be with us tomorrow, Military Sunday, 12:30 our TV time here on Fox Sports San Diego. Outside. Tyson Ross against Jake Peavy, another sterling pitching matchup. And then Arizona comes in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night. Two-0 Padres, a chance for more here in the 3rd. Outside again. Way off the mark. 2-1. Bumgarner, number 1 draft pick in 2007. He was the 10th overall selection by the Giants. Made it to the big leagues at age 20. Beat the Padres his first win. Ground ball up the middle, another hit. Here comes Solari around 3rd. On his way to 3rd is Kemp. Here comes the throw, not in time. On the throw, Norris into 2nd. Oh my, there's some good base running, and the Padres lead at 3-0.
Well, I hate to sound like a broken record, but in this instance, I will gladly sound like a broken record. Fighting it off again. The infield playing Norris to pull a little bit. Not even a close chance for Crawford. Everybody's off and running.
Bold running here by Justin Upton. He challenged. And Derek Norris, with his excellent speed, able to take an extra 90 feet.
And a nice play also by Joe Panik at second base. That ball was a short hop in the second. He got down almost like a goalie to prevent that ball from getting by him. Padres putting the ball in play.
Well, last night the Padres were 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Tonight they're 4 for 5.
Also looking ahead as far as the base runners like Norris. Okay, the ball's been in play, rounding first base. You know, seeing the play develop, taking that 90 feet.
Here's a chance for the Padres to break it open. They've got 3 already here in the 3rd, and 2 men in scoring position with 1 out. Will Middlebrooks singled in a run in the 1st inning. Infield will play halfway. Line drive, base hit. Upton scores. Norris is going to hold. A throw all the way to the plate, so on to 2nd goes Middlebrooks. It's 4-0. A hit parade against Bumgarner. 9 hits already.
But almost a carbon copy. Going up the box. Everybody's off and running. You see the knuckling effect. That means Will Middlebrooks really squared this one up. When you knuckle a ball off the bat, that means you really squared it up nicely. Once again, the ball being thrown to home plate. Will Middlebrooks firing up this crowd, firing up his teammates.
A couple of RBI singles for Middlebrooks. 2nd and 3rd for Jerko. Popped up his first time. 4 runs on 9 hits for San Diego, and 2 men in scoring position with 1 out for Jerko. Again, the infield at halfway, and that gives the hitter an added advantage of trying to get one through those gloves. As the bullpen, one didn't expect to see that busy in the 3rd with Bumgarner the starter. Line drive, base hit, Jerko delivers. Up with that, okay, they will hold Middlebrooks as Norris scores. It's 5-0. Jerko's first RBI of the season. And a crooked number 3 up in the third.
Well, hopefully that gets Jed Jerko hot. Hopefully that gets Jed Jerko going. The swing of the hot bat. Still only 1 out.
Runners at first and third as Middlebrooks had to hold at third. The ball was hit so hard. Aoki was on the ball immediately. Here's Clint Barmas. He singled his first time. Infield backs up in double play position. Well, you won't see this happen often. 18-game winner Madison Bumgarner rocked for 5 runs and 10 hits in 2 1/3 innings. Brian Vogelsong, a starter normally, occasionally in long relief, is the man warming up. Career high 11 hits 3 times, so that gives you an idea how this is so extraordinary.
Yep.
For him to give up 10 in 3 innings when the most he's ever allowed is 11 in any start. And 2 strikes now on Barmas.
You know, I'll say it again. I just think the Padre hitters have been coming up to the plate with a great game plan. They're laying off the breaking ball down in the dirt, even down out of the strike zone. That means good recognition out of the hand of Bumgarner. They're fighting off the fastballs that are up in the zone, even at the middle of the plate. They're fighting it off.
70th pitch for Bumgarner. Ground ball foul. Well, I want to apologize to our esteemed colleague Mark Sweeney, who said he thinks that it's going to be a breakout game for the Padres. And I said, well, Bumgarner and Shields and the Shadows and it's going to be another low-scoring game. But, you know, what do I know about hockey? So, Mark Sweeney, I bow to your wisdom.
Well, it's not wisdom. It's actually luck. But I love the fact that they're capitalizing on mistakes and using the big part of the field in RBI situations.
Swing and a miss. A throw to first. Not quite in time. Rosie trying to catch Jerko, leaning toward the second base path. That's the 3rd strikeout for Bumgarner and brings up pitcher James Shields.
Mark Sweeney, you got to love the excitement down there towards the Padres dugout, especially the react from Will Middlebrooks after that hit.
Yeah, and you're wondering, it's also hits, but also the aggressive base running. That's been the infused energy, and that's what I love to see, because they did that in spring training, and obviously you don't have the crowd behind you, but now you do, and that's a big uplift.
Shields with a good cut. And the Butcher Boy swing the first time up with 2 strikes on him after failing to bunt. Hit the ball fairly deep to right field.
I think it'd be nice for James Shields not getting that sacrifice down earlier. Little base hit, ground ball to the center fielder, driving a run.
Well, he led the Padres in batting average in spring training, 2 for 3, 667.
Yeah, yes, he did. Wow, look at that. 32, 16, 25 now. That's a lot of pitches.
Off form, this left-hander. 1-2. The Padres got to him for 5 runs in San Francisco last year, and the only time he faced San Diego and beat him. 5 runs tonight. Now, when he's at top velocity, Bumgarner, I mean, he's not overpowering.
No, 93-ish maybe.
Yeah, but
94?
he just doesn't seem to have the pop on that fastball that we're accustomed to seeing.
Well, I think also one of the keys might be him not being effective with that breaking ball. If you get that breaking ball over early in the count, then you can throw the fastball, you can bounce the breaking ball. It hasn't been the case tonight.
I got to agree with you, Mark, and especially you're seeing that flat breaking ball, that little cutter that's staying elevated. So much easier to make an adjustment as a hitter when you see that breaking ball elevated.
Runners at the corners, 2 outs, 3 runs home here in the third. Padres lead 5-0, and the 2-2 pitch coming up to Shields. He's battling.
You know, Mark Sweeney, one other thing I think this team has potential of doing. If somebody is not swinging the bat well, anybody in the particular lineup for the Padres, they've got the potential to where other players will pick them up. I think that's how balanced they are throughout the lineup.
Definitely, and you saw at the beginning of the year, last year, the offensive woes, but you got to have somebody that's going to set the example, set the tone, and they have a lot of hitters that have good history, especially at the beginning of the years.
And the breaking ball misses outside. Full count to Shields. Jerko will get a running start from first. Duffy will play behind him. Tony Gwynn would have loved this kind of hitting action. Lots of young people here on Saturday night. Big parade of little leaguers. Swing and a miss. He struck out Shields, but 8 men come to bat. 5 hits, 3 runs, and after 3, the Padres lead 5-0.
When it came down to it, you know, I had to think about my family, being close to home, and my number one reason is winning. I mean, the teams that I was looking at, I knew they were going to win and win now, and that's what I love about San Diego, and what the ownership's doing right now is they have that win now mentality. They have the win not only now but in the next 4 or 5 years.
So James Shields in the press conference when they announced his 4-year signing with the Padres, as we understand it, the Giants were very much in the running to sign him as a free agent. Joaquin Arias batting for the first time in Casey McGee's spot. McGee leaving the game in the first inning when he crumpled after taking a couple of steps out of the batter's box as he flew out, and the injury, a knee strain. That's in there. General Manager Brian Sabian, the architect of this incredible 5-year run for the San Francisco Giants and 3 titles. Fly ball to left, hit pretty well. Back goes Upton to the wall, and that ball is gone. Arias off the bench, able to pull that one into the first row. He circles the bases. First home run of the season, makes it 5-1.
Well, he had him in the hole 1-2, and it's a hanging breaky ball middle end. Just drops the head of the bat, speeds up his bat, and you know what, gosh, you have to admire the effort by Justin Upton there. He gets up waist high almost to that fence. That's now shorter.
He had 7 feet, not 8 this year.
But it was a couple rows up. Couldn't get to it.
So the Giants on the board 5-1, and here's Blanco, struck out the first time. Weak wave. 0-2. Last year, Arias in 193 at bats hit only. Did not hit a home run, in fact, last year. He's hit only 6 in his San Francisco 3-year career. So that's kind of a jolt. Surprise home run.
You know, Mark Sweeney, when you talk about this offseason and just the waves that A.J. Preller made, first Kemp, and then you've got Shields, and then Kimbrel. I mean, come on.
Yeah, Mark,
the whole baseball world.
Mark, when you think about it, this is the destination of choice for many years, and that went away throughout baseball. You see the new stadiums around. You see all kinds of different atmospheres. You see the teams like Pittsburgh coming up with some winning atmospheres. That's what they wanted to create here, and I think that's what A.J. did. He created that atmosphere where now and around baseball, and especially the players, this is going to be the destination that people want to sign.
A ball, 2 strikes. Shields shaking off Norris, so Blanco backs off. So far, not the rules, but the intent of the rules in spring training, teaching hitters to stay in the batter's box, seems to be working. Fouled at the plate, and umpires are offering strong suggestions rather than enforcing any automatic strike calls. Come on, stay in that batter's box. As you can see, looking in from left field. In this case, Blanco with 1 foot will step out, but keeps the back foot in the box.
Did you happen to see, guys, Mark Sweeney and Dick Enberg, Adrian Beltre's actions?
I did.
Was that hilarious?
Yeah, he spun on his back leg.
Yeah.
Spun around and swung and missed, and the next pitch, he ended up going down his back leg and hit a home run.
2-2. That's in there. Strike 3. 3rd strikeout. James Shields.
Not much you can do right there. Righty on lefty, down and away. I'll tell you, that is a pitcher's pitch. Beautiful.
It's a very difficult game, but you can simplify it. If you're good enough to throw the pitch right there time and time again, knee high outside corner, you're going to make some money.
Look at that right there, other side of the plate.
Matt Duffy popped it short.
Command both sides. And guys, how about this? How about a home run last year by the opposition early? Seemed insurmountable, right? But Padre offense, a little bit of wiggle room here. Still lead by 4 after the solo shot.
Ball and a strike. Slider away.
Well, guys, what I marvel about James Shields is the intensity that he brings. And you know the stuff's there, the fastball command, everything to go along with that, the changeup. But I love the intensity that he brings on the mound.
Duffy pounds that one off his foot. 1-2.
You know, Mark, that goes such a long way. And quite honestly, I could be wrong. But I think the last free agent, remember, big sign for the Padres before James Shields, from my recollection, was 1989 Bruce Hurst. That's the last, a free agent now. Kevin Brown was a trade.
Oh, that was a trade. Okay.
Free agent, I'm talking. And Bruce Hurst also brought that intensity from Boston to San Diego. And it showed in the clubhouse, start day, and also other pitchers out on the mound, you know, being a cheerleader for the next guy.
Swing and a miss. Got him with a ball in the dirt. Put out, recorded at first base 2-3. 4 strikeouts now for Shields.
Oh, look at that. It's life good. Big league ball game. Having some popcorn.
I think that'll be enough for a Saturday night, don't you? You know, that's a very good point you two men are making, that, you know, we all are fans, those of us who don't play the game at a high level. You forget that the men who play the game are the biggest fans. They know who has the good teams. They know who's getting the pitching staff. They know where they'd like to play. They know the best chance to get into the playoffs in the World Series. They know the best ballparks. They know the best ownership. A high fly ball hit well. Myers in center field, however, very high. And that'll do it in the fourth. Joaquin Arias, a leadoff homer, but that's all. Middle of the fourth, 5-1 for the home side. Forward as Ryan Vogelsong relieves Madison Bumgarner, and even the best have off days, and so it was for Bumgarner tonight. 3 innings, 5 runs, all earned, 10 hits, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. And trailing 5-1 in the game, Bruce Bochy decides to go to the veteran right-hander Vogelsong. Will Myers will lead it off. Earlier today, coached by Glenn Hoffman, doing some extra work at first base just in case to improve his versatility.
Oh yeah, he's a great athlete. He can do a good job over there at first base. And Mark Sweeney, you know, if you're going to get some good instruction from somebody, Glenn Hoffman's one of the best.
Perfect instructor to really go about this. A shortstop in the big leagues and understands everything about fielding ground balls. But when you look at Will Myers, I was here today, really good hands. He has a very accurate thrower. He just loves the game, guys. He's got a youthful exuberance that you fall in love with when you're around him. And he embraces all of these challenges. The challenges at center, leading off, and also playing first base if they need it.
Vogelsong, one of those that reinvented himself, went to Japan a couple of years, regained his career. He started with San Francisco, then a few seasons with the Pittsburgh Pirates, and just ordinary results. Went to Japan and found his best stuff. Came back to San Francisco in 2011 and won 13 games. Myers drive to center field. Pagan has to drift, and at the edge of the track makes the catch. One out to Solarte. Vogelsong started one of the games in the Arizona series and took a loss. He was a 5th round pick way back in 1998 of the Giants.
They got to get that run back, right? Even though you still lead by 4, it'd be nice to get that one run back that the Giants got in the top half of the 4th.
Solarte turns it around and hits left-handed, probably his better side, at least from watching him last year and this. 0-2 changeup.
Vogelsong will throw the fastball. He's low 90s, 90, 92. Cutter, curveball, and that changeup that we just saw there.
Went to Kutztown State. Was an All-America there at that Pennsylvania State College. Very first season required Tommy John surgery, one of the many that recovering from that delicate surgery to continue on a big league path. Line drive, base hit, solid single. Solarte. Blanco will get it in. Padres' 11th hit of the night, second by Solarte.
Well, Yangervis Solarte getting a start tonight, making the most of it. Good looking swing, good extension. Mark Sweeney, how do you like them apples?
Yeah, simple approach. And he, again, was one of those guys that had a good resume last year for the Yankees at one of the hottest starts. And that's what you have to try to get if you're a manager. Try to get those hot bats in there. Great approach.
So we have some changes defensively. As you can see, Buster Posey has moved from behind the plate to first base with Sanchez, who started last night. Hector Sanchez behind the plate. And Duffy moves from first base to shortstop, and Crawford is out of the game. Very early in the game, Bruce Bochy making some defensive changes. It's almost like the Cactus League game. Base hit over the middle. Matt Kemp just drives that one over second baseman Panic's head. He was playing there, but unless he's 20 feet tall, no way to get that one. And Kemp has his second hit. A dozen base hits for the Padres. 2 for Solarte, 2 Kemp, 2 Upton, 2 Norris, 2 Middlebrooks.
Well, you talk about getting the hands in. Watch the hands of Kemp, how close they are to his jersey there to get the barrel of the bat out in front and send it on its way. Mark Sweeney fighting those off like that from the left side, getting those hands through.
Well, that's exactly what he did. He rounded first base, and he gave it that impression that that front arm just pulled his hands through. And like you said, Mark, getting that barrel to the baseball.
Justin Upton, a pair of singles. He scored 2 runs tonight. Driven in another. Strike 1, 89 on the fastball.
Boy, this team this year, 2015, have the potential of getting those hits in bunches, and we've seen it firsthand this evening. I mean, the Padres have already had 3 innings, multiple hits out of the 4, and we're still only 1 out here in the 4th, right?
Myers greeted Vogelsong line to center, and then Solarte a line single to right, Kemp a line single to center. Upton down on the count, 2 strikes. Five to 1, Padres lead. Home half of the 4th inning here at Petco. Backs him off. Again, the fastball at 89. Vogelsong last year was an 8-13 pitcher, an ERA and even 4. Outside, 2-2. He took Jake Peavy's spot. Peavy with a sore back in the Arizona series. Peavy has recovered and is scheduled to be the starter tomorrow afternoon on Military Sunday against Tyson Ross. Solarte at second, Kemp at first. And inside, and the count now full. So 5 fastballs to Upton so far in this sequence.
I almost think you got another one coming here, huh?
Sanchez going through a long series of signs and too much time, so Upton calls for a little delay here, resets himself in the batter's box. Ground ball could be 2. There's 1 back to first. A double play. And we've seen plenty of those in this series. First tonight. 4 innings complete. 5-1 San Diego. With the first run of the game, going to second on the throw up, and he scores on Will Middlebrooks. Single. It's 2-0. Then against Bumgarner in the third, a couple of singles, and Derek Norris drives in a run, a single up the middle. 3-0. Middlebrooks, his second RBI base hit, right back through the middle. 4-0, and Jed Jerko joins the hit parade, his first RBI of the year, and it's a 5-0 Padre lead. Joaquin Arias, a solo home run in the 4th inning. And that's the scoring for you as we move to the top of the 5th. Catcher Hector Sanchez batting in the 9th spot in the batting order. And he takes a slider for a strike. Sanchez started last night and went 0 for 3. Shift on. Jerko out in shallow right. So to this point, at least, James Shields earning some revenge, being on the losing end of a couple of World Series games, dueling Madison Bumgarner. But Bumgarner's gone now, and Shields now with a 5-1 lead, looking for his first win as a Padre. Changeup floats outside. Pitch count beginning to climb. Sanchez, then Aoki and Panic. 3 left-handed hitters, and Pagan, the 4th hitter, also. Oh, the changeup, and has Sanchez way out in front. That's 5 punch outs for Shields. He had 8 in the game in Los Angeles.
How about James Shields? After missing with one changeup, he answers back with another one. And this one just off the plate. There's the grip inside the glove. Hey, throw it like a fastball, James. Looks like a fastball, ends up a changeup. Looks like a pump, feels like a sneaker.
Top of the order, Nori Aoki. 0 for 2, safe on an error by Barmas the last time. Hit it hard. Barmas a wild throw to first base. 13-game hitting streak for Aoki going back to last year and the first 5 games this season. Late swing.
You know, I'm sure hitters, pitchers, they all have their own little mechanisms in their mechanics, in their delivery, to where they want to try to remind themselves. James Shields About a few pitches ago, kind of rushed a little bit. So he tapped himself on his back leg. Kind of reminding himself, hey, dude, you got to stay back. Hitting that back leg. Sure, he's got that big turn over the rubber, but you can't start going back towards home plate. Watch him on the slap the backside. So you got to stay back. Stay back on that hind end there. Don't leak out too far.
Breaking ball knocked down by Shields. The quick flip in time for the out. And Shields playing goaltending. Says, wow, that thing came on me in a hurry. Self-defense.
Well, let's see where it gets him. High breaking ball. Oh, he got his glove up just in time. Got his face out of the way.
Watch this. Oh, that sounded awful, but that was the ball into the glove and not into the flesh of the right-hander. Ooh, that is a scary moment.
Guys, that's a crime. I mean, ex-teammates last year going at it and battling, and you can see that line drive off Aoki's bat. It's incredible.
Human reflexes. What a machine.
Yep.
The big fella really put together an amazing piece of machinery when you consider the human body, the reflexes, the fact that we've got a pump that outlasts anything made mechanically, that keeps us going. And then you get the athlete with all the other skills and abilities. A little bit low. Panic, single to left, and was safe on a fielder's choice. I just wish he'd have given me faster feet. You know, he gave me big, slow feet.
But a big heart.
Yeah, no, I tried hard. I just, I've said it before, if I could just have one physical gift, it would have been to be quick, have speed. I mean, that in every sport compensates for a lot of other weaknesses. That's in there.
Oh, we got a call right there. That's a hang with him.
What part of the anatomy would you like to have, if you could improve?
If I could change something about myself, it would be have a quicker metabolism, so I could eat like a horse.
So you're talking thyroid. Strike three.
Wow.
Panic caught looking at 6 strikeouts.
Not a call.
James Shields gets the Giants in order. We're at the halfway mark in this one. 5-1 Padres. Geico, September 1998, National League Division Series Game 1, and the Padres' Kevin Brown outduels the future Hall of Famer Randy Johnson and the Houston Astros. The Padres win it 2-1.
Mark Sweeney, you were in that dugout in the Astrodome.
Yeah, so was Carlos Hernandez catching those pitches. That's the best pitch game I have ever seen live, and it was incredible. Randy Johnson against Kevin Brown. Wipeout pitches all night long.
There's Carlos, part of the Spanish broadcast team with Eduardo Ortega.
Couple of good huevos right there.
Fly ball shallow and left. Aoki with a catch, one away here in the 5th. So Norris retired for the first time. He was 2 for 2. Here's Will Middlebrooks, 2 for 2, 2 RBIs.
You know, guys, you think about the decision making for Bruce Bochy and managers in the game, especially the National League, and taking out Madison Bumgarner, obviously giving up 10 hits, 5 runs. But the 270 innings last year, he's got to be very careful and cautious of that moving forward.
Totally agree, Mark. That's a tough workload. That's a big workload. And maybe the hangover effect the next year, right?
Remember James Shields talking about the challenge of having 1,000 innings by the starting rotation, 200 innings each. And that's a good load. But here's with the playoffs and all, Bumgarner, what did he finish? 270, something like that? Yeah, he threw more pitches than anyone in baseball. And what is the impact? How many good throws are there in that shoulder?
Yeah, and that's strictly baseball talk and speculation. That young horse Madison Bumgarner can throw another 200 innings for all we know, right? But tonight the Padres put some good at bats together. They fought off some pitches that were elevated and paid off.
Outside, and the count runs to 3-1 on Will Middlebrooks, trying to keep a strong game going. As you can see there, 2 for 2. Solardi, Kemp, Upton, Norris, Middlebrooks, all with a brace of base hits. High strike, 3-2.
Hey, Mark Sweeney, it seems like the strike zone may be swelling a little bit with Larry Vanover out there. It looks like James Shields got a good call that last half inning.
And that's something you take notice of. If you're in the dugout, you're out in the field. If you're seeing that strike zone expand, you got to be a little more aggressive.
Yep.
Count remains full after Middlebrooks. It'll be Jed Jerko. Ooh, that was almost a swing to prevent being struck by the ball. It was so far inside.
This pitch was inches from his knuckles. Oh my goodness.
That might have been in the rib cage. That's a saving foul ball. And a strikeout for Vogelsong. 2 away.
Every weekday, don't miss MLB Whip Around on Fox Sports 1 with highlights, instant analysis, and live look-ins from around the league. MLB Whip Around is weekdays at 4 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
Jerko, RBI single the last time his first run batted in of the new year. He's 1 for 2. Lifted to right field, and Blanco's got a beat on it. And it's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Vogelsong. After 5, Padres with a 4-run lead. by Joaquin Arias, and only 2 hits off James Shields and no errors. As we go to the top of the 6th, Shields has offered 82 pitches in the game, fairly high count. Through 95, going 6 innings in his first game in Los Angeles. Pagan, Posey, and Arias here in the top of the 6th. Pagan is lined out to second and lined out to right. Right, inside corner. He didn't like it. And see, this is something the rule makers were hoping wouldn't happen. And to step out of the box and readjust all of the equipment. One and one. Now he stays in the box this time, and it's probably a case where the umpires are going to be very gentle about it all. You know, I'm just guessing that Vanderbilt might say, "Hey, you got to stay in the batter's box now. I'm not going to do anything about it here, but I'm just reminding you." Another line drive, and this one's going to fall for a base hit. But Pagan has hit the ball hard all 3 times. 3rd hit off Shields. That'll bring up Buster Posey. Well, last year the Padres had the best record of all the NL West teams at home. They love Petco. 48 wins, 3 more than the Dodgers, Giants, and Colorado earned in their home grounds.
That's remarkable, isn't it?
Just couldn't win on the road.
Yeah.
Posey safe on an error and is grounded to short.
You know, I think that the pickoff at first base might be a story of the Padres this year. And that call that was overturned, was that yesterday, Dick? The pickoff at first base?
Yeah.
The great move by James Shields. That's going to come into play. When he picked off Aoki yesterday, Brandon Morrow.
That was in the 6th inning.
31 pickoffs during his 9-year career for James Shields, the most of any right-handed pitcher since 2006. 12th all-time for a righty.
Check swing roller to short. Could be 2. Barmes. Jerko can't get a grip on it and still gets a double play. Double clutch by Jerko, and still that fireball throw to first base doubles up. Posey 6, 4, 3.
Well, when you have the batter like Posey who doesn't have the good wheels, you have a chance, if in fact you can't find the handle and do the double clutch, to still get him at first base.
Good stretch by Solarte to meet the ball. Just in time.
Yeah.
Very close. Here's Arias replacing the injured Casey McGee. If you're just joining us, McGee, the starting 3rd baseman, injured a knee taking a swing in the 1st inning. Had to be taken out of the game. Arias replaced him and hit his first home run in the last 2 years. A line drive to left field. Trying to hit that outside corner with a fastball. 2-0. So that double play cleans up the bases. 2 outs now here in the top of the 6th. Fly ball to right. Kemp charging in toward the line. Foul territory. And it's back in the crowd. Talking about the innings pitched by Bumgarner last year, this man on the mound is the only pitcher in the big leagues the last 4 years 225 innings or more. He is a horse. Left center field, a long run, but getting there is Justin Upton for the out. Bottom of the 6th, it'll be Clint Barmes leading off for the Padres. join us 12:30 for our pregame show on Fox Sports San Diego. And Jake Peavy, who was an ace right-hander, Cy Young Award winner with the Padres, now wearing the Giants colors. Another terrific pitching duel set. Peavy and Ross tomorrow. 1:10 game time, 12:30 for Fox Sports Padres live pregame show. And get all the information, set the table for another exciting game with Mike Pomerantz and Mark Sweeney. Clint Barmas has one of the 12 Padre hits. Brian Vogelsong into his third inning of pitching. He's allowed a couple of singles, no runs. In relief of Madison Bumgarner, who left the game after 3 innings, allowing 5 runs and 10 hits. Foul ball. Bumgarner's not the only outstanding pitching star to have trouble tonight. Clayton Kershaw in Arizona, he's been derricked as well. Left the game trailing 5-0, and Arizona now in front 6-0.
Hey, it happens, right? It happens to the best of them.
Arizona now leading 6-0 in the 8th. Ground ball sharply, but there in the hole is Crawford. Whoa, it's high and he's safe. That's Duffy, rather, not Crawford. Remember, Crawford went out with Bruce Bochy, made several defensive changes, and Duffy unleashes a high throw that pulled Posey off the bag, and safe on the air is Barmas.
Padres getting an extra out here. They have to take advantage of it. This ball hit so sharply, Duffy just airmails it. Posey, now remember, with that bad leg, bad foot from a few years back, still, does he come down on that? It looks like he may have come down on the bag. It was very close.
I'm not sure he did. I think he was, it's blocked. The bag is blocked from that angle, and because the ball, if he did come down the bag, the runner should have been out. So first base umpire Culpa right there on the scene, apparently fishing for the bag and just missed it. Shields to bunt. Had trouble doing that the first time up, and finally flied out to right. Struck out his last time. Trying to get that runner in scoring position, help build the lead beyond a grand slam.
Yeah, I can only imagine what Buster Posey's thinking. Behind home plate earlier in the game, blocking balls in the dirt. Now he's got to jump about 3 feet in the air to try to get one from going over his head.
Oh, the butcher point, it works. Lines it to right field. Barmas running all the way. Will make it to third. And Shields showing some great bat control. His first hit as a Padre. Oh, he'll be telling his partners, that pitching corps, about that after the game. Oh, they like to brag about their hitting.
Show the bunt. Here's the key. Get that right hand. Watch his right hand on the barrel of the bat. Get it down. Get locked and loaded. And just play a little game of pepper the opposite way. There you go.
So Shields with a 13th hit of the game for the Padres. Solid to right field.
Perfect.
So everyone in the lineup with the hit except the man stepping in there now, Will Myers. He's 0 for 3, but he lined out sharply to center his last time. No one out. Runners at the corners.
That's great hand-eye coordination on the part of James Shields.
Yeah, Shields with his first hit as a Padre, hoping that will lead to his first win. Myers, a high hopper into left field. He has a hit. Run scores. Barmas hits 6-1. So everyone now joining in the hit parade for San Diego, breaking out of a couple of tough games, a couple of 1-0 decisions where neither team getting many hits. In fact, the Padres in the first 2 games of this series had 12 hits. Tonight they have 14.
Mark Sweeney, one thing I've really noticed this ball game, the Padres doing a good job of fighting off pitches on the inside part. 2-seamer off the ground here, producing another run. Good at bats.
Mark, that'll come with a certain amount of strikeouts. You'll see shortening their swings and also aggressiveness, also driving the pitch counts up for these guys. The aggressive style of hitting will definitely do that.
Solarte way out in front, sends that one sailing high and deep down into the right field second deck.
Mark, as a pitcher, when you have an aggressive style team and they get after it, they also have that power potential. You'll start getting nibbling around that. Last year we saw a lot of guys taking strikes. This year you're seeing the aggressive approach. It's going to drive up the pitch counts.
Yeah, you're right, Mark. Pitchers will be a little tentative.
It's an unearned run. Barma's safe on the air by the shortstop. And Myers drives in his 3rd run of the season. That'll make that hitting coach Mark Kotsay mighty happy to see everyone contributing with a base hit. Let's see now. 1, 2, 3, 14. Low and inside.
Another good layoff by Solarte. Yeah, look at that. That's a 14.
Kicked both extra points.
Gotta love that.
Yeah, that makes everyone happy. So they're back with a 5-run lead and a chance for more. Still no one out. 2 on. Solarte takes really good swings from that left side.
Mark Sweeney, you were a left-handed hitter. What do you think about from the left side for Solarte?
I love Solarte from the left side. Sometimes on the right side it looks a little tentative to me, but left side he gets after it. You see that intent and also the aggressive style. Elevated pitch. He loves the elevated fastball.
Flied out this first time, singled the last 2.
Chokes up a little bit too on the left side there. A little back control.
And the count full. Matt Kemp would be next. Kemp has a couple of hits, a single and a double. All 4. The bases are loaded. First walk given up by Vogelsong. That pushes Shields over to 3rd. Myers to 2nd. And bases full of Padres. And Matt Kemp the hitter. Chance to do some serious damage.
Well, Dave Righetti, the pitching coach for the Giants, out to have a chat with Vogelsong. There you see, bases are FOP, full of Padres.
Six grand slams in his career for Matt Kemp. Oh my, finally over the 0 mark. I've got 1 point total. I'm excited.
It's a long season, Professor.
Mark Grant, the reigning champion. Who has Kemp?
I'll have to find that out.
Mike Pomeranz. Let's see, a grand slam is what, a 9-pointer, isn't it?
I think you're right.
Guys, such a dangerous situation. Ryan Vogelsong tried to jam Matt Kemp last time. He fought his hands inside. Now he's got to try to expose him on the outside edge, and Matt has a lot of power to center field.
Way outside. Good block by Sanchez. Vogelsong, with the bases loaded, falls behind 2-0. Kemp can sit on something he might really like. Mark Sweeney, wouldn't you be guessing fastball here?
Yeah, you're still looking for fastball, but sometimes these big hitters will sit on that breaking ball when they get in the hitter's counts.
Shields, Myers, and Solarte, a Padre over every pillow. And that's on the outside corner. So he may have been sitting on a breaking ball there, and so took that fastball strike.
Listen, Dick, when you have experience and you understand they've faced each other with Ryan Vogelsong in the same division, that might be something that he went to in previous times. That's probably why he sits on breaking ball.
Tough pitch to hit, just on the outside edge. Ground ball toward the hole. Gets by the short third baseman. The shortstop can't field it, and everyone's safe. Another run scores. 7-1 Padres. Just out of the reach of Arias, the third baseman. In fact, he seemed to block the shortstop Duffy, and then Duffy couldn't come up with it cleanly.
Once again, just putting the ball in play. There's a two-seamer in, and once again, Matt Kemp tries to get his hands in. Getting screened. Boy, I don't know. Tough to tell where Duffy got that one, off the knee. Yeah. But getting screened by Arias. Off the knee, off the shin. The glove comes off. Everybody moves up. 1 on, 1 off. The merry-go-round inning.
And they credit Kemp with an infield hit, so an RBI goes with that. And there's a drive into the left field corner by Upton, but Aoki makes a catch. Comes up firing, tagging, and scoring is Will Myers for another run, and Aoki saved even more damage as the Padres, another crooked number inning, have scored 3 here now in the 6th.
Great athletic play by Aoki, taking away extra bases, taking away multiple runs. As soon as that ball was up, Will Myers is back. Solarte goes about a third of the way. Myers scores easily, high fives all the way around. I get used to that. I can get used to that.
Jerko up first and second. Yeah, that extra out in the inning. It began with a fielding error by Duffy. 8-1. Derek Norris, 2 singles, an RBI, and a fly out to left. Solarte at second, Kemp at first. Still only 1 out. George Cantos, who saw him in game 1 of the series, a right-hander, starts to throw. On the outside edge, 2-1.
Dick, remember last year's scorebook? As we take a look at Cantos rather in the bullpen. Too many clean pages on the Padres side last year. Messy scorecard today for the Padres, which is a good thing.
That's right. What, 18 times they were shut out last year? Trying to go to right field, Norris.
It's a shorter breaking ball that Vogelsong throws, that little cut fastball.
8 runs tonight. Last year, they managed 8 runs or more, only 13 games. But with this lineup, you might have twice that amount. It's going to produce some runs. Slow start, especially in this series, but making up for it tonight. Fly to left field, a long run for Aoki, but he's there. Runners return, 2 away. And that'll bring up Will Middlebrooks, who has a pair of RBI singles. 2 for 3. Padres, you're just joining us. Got things started with a 2-run first inning. All after 2 were out, 4 straight hits. 3 more in the third off starter Madison Bumgarner. Now 3 more here in the 6th inning from Ryan Vogelsong. 1 of those unearned. And any subsequent runs that might score here in the 6th inning would be unearned.
Well, Mark Sweeney, last night's game, we go back. Will Myers had a couple of hits, but the one big one, the double RBI in the 8th, seems like carrying over tonight. That multiple innings, multiple runs.
Mark, you understand there's magical moments throughout the year, and that I thought it broke the ice for the Padres, and today they benefit from that emotional win yesterday.
8 runs and 15 hits. 1 run and 3 hits for the Giants. That ball hit well to right field, but Blanco has time to get there for the catch. Padres get 3, 2 of them earned, 6 complete. James Shields helping himself with the bat and the arm. Now 8-1 San Diego. Helping himself, James Shields with a base hit, scores a run, part of the 3-run last of the 6th inning to build an 8-1 advantage as he goes to work here in the 7th. Blanco, Duffy, and the pitcher's spot do.
You know, the thing we're going to find out about James Shields this year, Dick, is if it's a 8-1 lead, a 1-0 lead, a 1-0 deficit, James Shields is going to be pitching like it's 0-0. And he's going to be pitching like it's the 7th game of the World Series. That's the intensity he brings.
No, he doesn't want to come out, does he?
No.
Foul back, 1-1. Pitch count up to 93. He threw 95 pitches in his opening Padre debut against the Dodgers. Two balls and a strike.
Hey, future big leaguer. Enjoying the big league ball game. That's great.
Some of the folks that came with orange and black have left their seats. Tough to watch tonight. Padres pounding the Giants 8-1, out hitting them 15-3. It's a laser show after the game, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, the Padres, nice little prelude to that, isn't it? They did a few lasers here tonight. Swing and a miss, tied him up.
I like the way you're thinking, Professor.
Yeah.
Shields is throwing some lasers as well, huh?
All business. Thank you for coming and reminding us of Tony Gwynn. That one got away from him, and the count goes full. And this is a stage with a 7-run lead. You want the opposition to make contact, get some outs quickly. It's only the second 3-ball count from Shields. He's walked one. And now another.
I went with the changeup there.
Well, there are plenty of people who deserve credit for rebuilding the Padres, but you have to start with the owners. Peter Seidler, Ron Fowler, Alfredo Helu, they all let us into their lives and their plans for the Padres' future on Spotlight. Padres ownership tomorrow after Padres Live on Fox Sports San Diego. Insight into the whole rebuilding process of this franchise.
Darren Balsley on the phone to the bullpen.
Matt Duffy, the hitter.
That was pitch number 98 for James Shields, a fastball at 91.
Frank Garces, the first man up. Lots of left-handed hitters in the lineup for the Giants tonight, including the man on deck, Crawford. Fly ball right field. Giving ground is Kemp for the first out.
Well, James Shields possesses so many great pitches. One in particular is the changeup. There is his changeup grip, almost like a forkball, or I should say a pitchfork with the 3 fingers. But it's got the fastball arm movement, and then it's got that dippy-do at the end there off the table. Great rotation, good extension. That's why you see the action on that changeup. Seen some swings and misses. He even threw it to Madison Bumgarner tonight. Remember 3-2? He was fouling off some pitches. He threw him a changeup to end up striking him out. That's how much confidence he has in that pitch.
Oh, Vogelsong going to hit for himself. That's almost waving the white flag by Bruce Bochy. Down 8-1. Just don't want to use anyone else in the bullpen. They've really gone through a lot of pitchers in the first 5 games of the season.
That also McGee being hurt early, Crawford out of the game. The only 2 left on the bench are Belt, left-handed bat, and Maxwell, right-handed bat.
We don't know how healthy Belt is.
That's right.
He's had a strained groin muscle in Arizona, has not made an appearance in the series. Boy, they've really been hit hard by injuries, haven't they?
Yes, they have.
And then losing 2 great players, 2 outstanding hitters in Pablo Sandoval and Mike Morse in the offseason. And then you've got Hunter Pence with a fractured forearm. Brandon Crawford the rest of the night off.
Here's Brandon Belt talking with bench coach Ron Wotus.
That's a strike, and strike 3 Vogelsong. 7 punch outs for James Shields. And our closed captioning is brought to you by Wiener Schnitzel. Hector Sanchez batting in the 9th order here in the home of the Padres, Petco Park. There's room for you tomorrow. Come out on Military Sunday. Always a very special experience, not only the game itself, but the military presence. High fly ball, right field. Kemp waiting for it to come down. And that's it for the Giants in the 7th. Stretch half of the 7th at Petco. The Padres by 7. Rays baseball brought to you by Sequan Casino. Only 30 minutes from Petco Park. By Jack in the Box. Head to Jack in the Box for Jack's Blazing Chicken Sandwich. And by Mercury Insurance. You could get 2 free Padre tickets. Learn more at mercuryinsurance.com. Last of the 7, Jed Jerko, first ball swinging, fouls it back. Jed 1 for 3, an RBI single in the 3-run third. Jerko, Barmes, and we'll see whether or not Bud Black uses a pinch hitter for Shields, who has gone 7 innings and right around 100 pitches.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good workout for James Shields.
2 strikes to Jerko.
Nice to see him get some support tonight, huh?
Yeah, 3 scoring innings, 2 in the first, 3 in the third, 3 more in the 6th. Weak wave and a miss, strike 3. More badly fooled there. Vogelsong with his second strikeout. The heart of the order for the Padres tonight. Look at the numbers there. 5, 7, 9 hits from those 4 players. Kemp, Upton, Norris, and Middlebrooks. 3, 4 runs. And 3, 6 runs batted in. So wow. There's the power source. Justin Maxwell has come into the game in right field for Blanco. Barmes, a single, struck out and safe on an error and scored.
I just love to see everybody getting into the act. Everybody but 2 have scored a run. Middlebrooks, Jerko have not scored a run, but everybody with a hit.
Fly ball to center. Coming in a few steps is Pagan with the second out.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
All right. Well done, Mark Grant, as Will Venable comes up to hit for James Shields. So Shields ending 7th. Allows 1 run, the home run to Joaquin Arias. Only 3 hits. Walked 1, hit 1, and struck out 7. Solid outing, and a base hit as well. As he's 6 outs away from his first Padre win. Well, the Padres stacked up their top of the rotation against the #1 pitcher of the Giants.
Yep.
And so far, it's been a brilliant night for Shields in San Diego.
It's a good night in the big leagues, James Shields.
Venable looking for his first hit of the season. And he's got it. Charges one up the middle for the Padres' 16th hit of the night. Venable in the book, so everyone in the game has a base hit.
Getting extended on a pitch that, if taken, probably a ball. But Will gets good extension there. Taking it right where it came from.
Padres have worn out the center of the diamond, haven't they, tonight? Whether by design or not, that certainly has been effective. Here's Myers. RBI single in 4 trips.
It's got to be part of the mindset, as Mark Sweeney says quite a bit, using the big part of the field.
Yeah, the philosophy, and Marcotte subscribes to it, is right center to left center. If you get a pitch that's there in your power zone, you can pull it. But if you're thinking right center, left center, there's ball down the left field line. That's a fair ball. Myers rattles it around the corner. Here comes Venable streaking to the plate and scores. Another Padre run. It's 9-1 as Myers has his second hit. How about that batting order? 2 from Myers, 2 Solardi, 3 Kemp, 2 hits Upton, 2 hits Norris, 2 hits Middlebrooks.
Vogelsong trying to go inside, and Will Myers getting his hands through nicely. Enough to keep that ball fair.
And from Venable with those beautiful strides galloping around the bases.
Well, Will picks up Glenn Hoffman. The ball was bobbled out left field. Glenn Hoffman is all over it.
And Will Myers with a couple of RBIs tonight. 4 on the season. And Jan Solardi is up. He's 2 for 3 with a walk.
That's a great looking box
Oh,
score,
my
isn't
goodness. Everybody feeling good. And Shields is not on there. He had to hit as well.
Wow.
I have to check the record book last year. What was the high total of hits for the Padres in a game? 21 was the high. 20, and the Padres was 17 tonight. That's in there. 2-1. With 2 outs, Venable a pinch single, and Myers with an RBI double to stretch the lead to 9-1. But Black might be thinking it wouldn't be a bad idea to package up about 4 of those runs and save them for tomorrow.
Yeah, put them in escrow.
Against Jake Peavy. Peavy will be on the mound for the Giants in the final game of this 4-game series. The Padres will counter with Tyson Ross. On military opening day, brought to you by Northrop Grumman. Line to left field, and that's going to be a base hit. Aoki cuts it off. Myers around third will score. The third hit for Solardi, and the Padres have hit double figures in the run column. Solardi's first RBI tonight, 3 for 4 and a walk.
Well, and somewhere I think Chris Budden is smiling. Why? Because I think she chose Jan Hervis Solarte tonight. They picked a stick.
So Matt Kemp will be the hitter. He has 3 hits. Oh, I almost forgot. Tomorrow at Military Sunday, our first military celebration, it's going to be the U.S. Navy parachute team is going to be here. And the first pitch is going to be thrown out by Taya Kyle. She's the wife of the American sniper, Chris Kyle.
Got it.
So that'll be great to salute her.
Absolutely.
10 runs, 18 hits for the Padres. Solarte now at first base with 2 outs, and Kemp trying to come up with a 4-hit game. Not only does everyone in the lineup have a hit tonight, everyone except Barmas with an RBI. The Padres hit double digits in runs last year on May 9th. This is April 11th. And they've struck a 10 spot. Line drive, will it be fair? Left field corner, yes. Kemp on his way to second. Solardi will stop at third. A 4 for 5 night for Matt Kemp. A ringing double to left. Oh my.
Sit back and enjoy, Padre fans. When Matt Kemp takes advantage of a hanging breaking ball.
Aoki has spent half the night in that left field corner, it seems.
Yeah, he's become good friends with about 3 or 4 people down there in that left field line.
So finally a mercy meeting at the mound. Bruce Bochy relieving Vogelsong. We'll be right back. presented in HD by Sony 4K. Paid attendance 42,823, a sellout. And we expect another big house tomorrow, but there's room for you. Why don't you come out and catch the final game of this 4-game series? We'll be on the air at 12:30. Tyson Ross and Jake Peavy as George Cantos makes his second appearance in the series.
George was the winning pitcher on Thursday night. Lefties hitless. Righties 182. So early on this season, doing well. 2 innings in that night that he got the victory. Only 1 hit and a couple of strikeouts.
Justin Upton, the hitter, with 2 men aboard in scoring position. Solarte at third and Kemp at second. A run home to make it 10-1. Upton with a couple of hits and a sacrifice fly. Scored 2. Solarte and Kemp in scoring position. And way outside again. Tigers won again today. They're 5-0. They're starting. Arizona shut out the Dodgers 8-0. Colorado trailing the Cubs. Colorado 4-0 start. Kansas City trying to make it 5-0. They lead the Angels 6-4 in the 7th. Too low, 3-0.
I got in my car last night, turned on XM radio,
right,
and I hear the voice of John Sterling, radio voice of the Yankees. I'm thinking this is a replay.
It is far, it is high.
And I look on my display, top of the 17th.
Right, that's at 19.
Yankee, and then they had to tee it up today at 1 o'clock at the stadium in the Bronx.
Red Sox won at 19 last night.
Wow.
And then they won again this afternoon. There wasn't a lot of sleep on either side. 3-0, lays in a strike. Yankees lost to the Red Sox today 8-4. Detroit won 9-6. Three and one to Upton. Outside edge, full count.
Good pitch, everything away from Cantos.
That was born in Sparta, Greece. And Cantos earning the nickname the Spartan. Has it stitched on his glove.
It's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. So the full count coming up. Fouled off the shin pad of Sanchez. Padres with an avalanche of hits tonight, producing 10 runs. They had 4 hits in the first, 1 in the second, 5 hits in the third, 2 in the fourth, 3 in the sixth, 3 more here in the seventh. Total of 19.
Let's see what kind of defense Bud Black puts out the next half inning.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's it for the Padres in the 7th. They get another run on 4 hits. It's 10-1.
Game. Padres over the Giants. In the top of the 8th inning, Mark Sweeney, Mike Pomeranz with you. Working on Padres Live, the post-game show. It'll be brought to you tonight by Cox Communications. I could start with anybody, but let's start with the man at the top, James Shields.
Yeah, and this is the ace. The reason why they put him in a Padre uniform is exactly this. You see the fastball command to both sides of the plate, the changeup, the curveball, the cutter. He had everything going tonight. He made one mistake with a home run, but he also was backed with 19 hits and a lot of runs. That is a great way to go after a pitcher duel. Madison Bumgarner didn't have it tonight. James Shields did.
19 hits, as Mark mentioned, one of them by the pitcher, James Shields. Yeah. So you know what? You might as well join the party. Everybody else is hitting. Coming up on a post-game show, you're going to hear from James Shields. Also, everybody who's contributed. We're going to try to herd them all like cats. We're going to try to get Bad Kept, Justin Upton, Will Middlebrooks. Anybody who's anybody is going to be your guest tonight on Padres Live. The post-game show will be right after the final out, guys.
All right. Thanks, Mike and Mark. Padres scoring runs in bunches. 2 more in the 7th. 4 innings, 2 in the first, 3 in the third, 3 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th to build a 10-1 lead. And now Frank Garces will take over for James Shields and try to get in some work. This is a perfect opportunity for the young left-hander to exercise his stuff. He gets it up there 92, 93 miles an hour in that small frame. He'll face Aoki, Panik, and Pagan. 3 left-handed batters. Other changes for the Padres. Venable stays in the game in right. Corey Spangenberg will relieve Upton in left. And Garces on the mound. Well, the hitting display tonight, along with the pitching of Shields, does so many things. One, it makes the fans happy. You're winning and beating an outstanding player in Madison Bumgarner, but it also just gives relief to that bullpen. I mean, you can use men that just need some action, Garces being one of those. Give all the other pitchers a night off, get them ready for tomorrow if needed.
And there they are, your 8th inning guy right there on the right, Joaquin Benoit, Willie Blair, taking all those notes. Oh, he's on top of things, Willie Blair. Yeah. Nothing gets by him.
Darren Balsley, Willie Blair, they may be some 425 feet apart in their position, dugout and bullpen, but they're hand to hand in terms of their process, the thinking, who to get up, who to get ready, think about tomorrow.
You know what, Professor?
What?
I'm going to get a tape measure. You said 425 feet. That's a pretty accurate guess.
Well, let's just see.
I know.
I want to see you out there walking off.
No, from that bullpen seat where Willie sits and the bench, that's a good call.
Might be a little more than that. I'm going to, if I really had thought about it, I would say 440 feet.
Okay. I like it.
So you got to go right from the bench.
Yeah.
Right from the bench. Get that tape measure out. You probably need more than one tape measure. I want to see you out there tomorrow walking it off. There won't be any batting practice, so you'll have plenty of time to do it. Aoki. Count 2-2. He's looking for a hit to extend his streak to 14 consecutive games. He thought he had one the last time up in the 5th inning when he whistled one right back to the mound, and Shields, in a defensive move, got out of the way just in time with a glove in front of his face and threw him out. Milwaukee finally winning a game. They started 0-4. And another foul. 8-pitch at bat for Aoki. Count remaining 2-2. Only 3 hits for the Giants. Panik a single in the first. The home run by Arias, who replaced the injured Casey McGee, in the 4th, and a single for Pagan in the 6th. All off Shields. And there's another hit, and a streak continues. 14 straight games for Aoki. His longest ever, 15 when he was with Milwaukee. Well, Chris Button He's just taking a lot of deep breaths trying to cover all these base hits. You're running right with him, huh, Chris?
Hey, post-game is going to be difficult for me, Dick, but I want to talk about the other lefty in the pen, Chris Weirick. He got the call up yesterday, and as always, Pat Murphy played a little joke when he gets the call up, and this one was pretty good. Chris has a nice red beard, and Pat told him, hey, you are suspended for one game because your beard is too scraggly, so you will not be playing tomorrow in a Chihuahuas uniform. Instead, you'll be in a Padres uniform, so a nice surprise for him. Actually, confirmation, they have a little stricter rules down there in El Paso on the beards. They made all of them trim them, including Kevin Quackenbush. So I'm waiting to get proof of what it looks like. I don't know how short he had to cut the beard, but he did have to do some trimming.
Well, with some of those Padre bullpenners, you'd almost need one of those Toro lawnmowers to clean them up. Yeah, Pat Murphy, he's got a lot of sly moves to decoy his players and then tell them the great news, they're going to the big leagues. Panic punches that foul. 1 for 3 tonight.
Yeah, Pat Murphy, the perfect guy to have manager of the AAA El Paso Chihuahuas. Good baseball guy. Coached at Notre Dame, Arizona State, then into the professional ranks.
Great emotional leader. He can really fire up a team. High fly ball, right field. Venable and Myers. It's Myers calling in right center for the first out. Well, let's go back to Mark Grant and our keys to the game.
Well, Professor, it was a big lead early. The Padres a 2-run first inning.
Boy, you were all over that, huh?
3-run third. They went on to score 3 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th.
And give the 8th and 9th. That's an A+ today, Mark Grant.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Brought to you by your Honda dealers, San Diego County.
James Shields, 7 solid innings, 7 strikeouts.
Maxwell drills that one fair into the left field corner. He's the man who came off the bench and singled in the only run of the game, opener of the series, and he's going to bring in the runner Aoki all the way from first base with that ringing double. It's 10-2.
That ball jumping around down there in that left field corner as Maxwell turns on this one. Some serious top hand. Now the race is on. That's where this ball hits. Remember, Corey Spangenberg just went out there, and Aoki runs right through the stop sign. Write that man a ticket. Roberto Kelly had both hands up.
Yeah, this had no sense risking in a 10-1 game. That Padres didn't make a serious effort at a relay anyway, as Brandon Maurer also called up from El Paso.
You like to see Frank Garces throw a clean inning, leave it at 1 run here.
Posey sends a fly ball to right. And Venable with a catch, 2 away. Pagan holding, or Maxwell holding at second base. Ten to 2. Arias again. Injury riddled these Giants, and they lose another starter, Casey McGee, in the first inning tonight, as he took a swing and felt something in his knee. Word from the clubhouse, a sprained knee. As you see Jose Valentin trying to move the outfielders. Spangenberg with not a lot of experience out there in left. Myers in center, and Venable, the veteran, in right.
Did you see those sheets of paper that Jose Valentin had in his hand? They were spray charts. You can see if he turns them over there a little bit. You can see like red lines and of where they hit the ball.
In the dirt. And the count 2-0 to Joaquin Arias. Hit his first home run in 2 years of Shields. The only run given up by James. That was back in the 4th inning. A line drive into the second row. Seats in left field. That's the only home run of the game. The Padres 10 runs on 19 hits, no home runs. Ground ball to short. On the run, Barmes. Off mark on the throw, but the tag made by Solardi for the out. Giants score a run on a couple of hits. It's 10-2. Presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Petco. What we feed them matters. And by your San Diego Lexus dealer. With Mark Grant, Chris Budden, Dick Enberg, pleased that you've joined us on our first baseball night in San Diego, a highly successful one, we might add here, on a 10-2 Padre lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Derek Norris, Will Middlebrooks, and Jed Jerko scheduled against reliever George Cantos. Norris singled in the first, RBI single, and scored in the third. He's flied out to left field his last 2 times. Ten runs, 19 hits, 2 errors for the Padres. They've left 9. 2 runs, 5 hits, an error, and a 6-man stranded for the visitors from the Bay. So if it continues in this pattern, both teams will leave the ballpark tonight 3-3 on the new season. Dodgers are 3-3. Colorado, I believe they've lost tonight. We don't see the score up there at the moment. It would be 4-1. Arizona here Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and a lot of good seats available for that pregame series. Padres hoping to build momentum after that 1-0 win last night and the scoring fest tonight. He chases, and Cantos has 2 strikeouts, the 2 men he's faced.
Well, this month, Fox Sports San Diego is very proud to honor the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater San Diego as the Community Partner of the Month, presented by Kaiser Permanente. After-school programs at Boys and Girls Clubs are changing lives by creating safe, fun, and positive environments for kids. For more information, visit foxsportssandiego.com.
Will Middlebrooks. That ball squirts foul off the head of the bat. A couple of RBI singles, and is struck out and flied out. Again, not only everyone in the lineup, including starting pitcher James Shields and pinch hitter Will Venable with base hits in the 19-hit attack, but everyone with at least 1 RBI except for Bombers down there in the 8th spot in the order. Will Myers with a couple of RBIs there. Single and a double and scored twice. Oh, 0-2.
George Cantos has got that slider working down and away to Norris, and now to Will Middlebrooks.
Tyson Ross will seek his first win of the new season tomorrow. 1 o'clock game, 12:30 here on Fox Sports San Diego. And he'll go against Jake Peavy, former pitching star here in San Diego. There's Tyson. Bigger and stronger and still has that wicked slider. Inside with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. 2-2 to Middlebrooks. Play. So with the crowd tonight at 42,823, the 3 games with the Giants have attracted just under 128,000. So with a big crowd expected tomorrow, the Padres will certainly be over 160,000 for the series. They've never done that at Petco Park in 4 games. Sign of the times. The energy, excitement about this 2015 team. Count goes full. Well, this has been a taste of what it can be.
I'll tell you what, even before the game, Dick, when I was down on the field for our pregame interview with Brandon Morrow, you could feel a buzz before the game, the crowd, the electricity in the air. Great atmosphere.
Ripped to left field. That's a base hit, and into the corner it goes again. Will Middlebrooks' third hit, a double. A ringing double to left. 20th hit of the game for San Diego.
Same concentration each individual at bat, and it looks like that backup slider out of the hand of Cantos isn't where he wanted it. That front foot is down, keeping his hands back and driving with those legs, creating that force and generating it through the head of that bat. Very nice. We've seen some emotion tonight from Will Middlebrooks. Good to see.
Brings up Jed Jerko, an RBI single in 4 trips. The record for the Padres in a 4-game series here at Petco is 164,000 and change. It figures to be broken tomorrow. .20 is the working number. 20 hits tonight, and it's the 20th time the Padres in their history have collected 20. Jerko trying to make it 21, and a couple more runs with that swing. One odd double, Middlebrooks. 1-2. Clint Barmas on deck. In the dirt. Well, our San Diego pairing at the Masters doing well again tomorrow. Jordan Spieth again the leader, minus 16, shot a 70 today, but Phil Mickelson a 67. He's pulled within 5 of the lead. Charlie Hoffman is at minus 10, 6 off the lead. I think Hoffman and Mickelson will be the second pairing tomorrow. They'll be
oh, that'll be neat, huh?
Just before the leaders. Yeah, Justin Rose had a great round. 67 today, so he's 12 under, 4 behind Spieth.
Charlie Hoffman, the pride and joy of Poway High School. He's a Titan.
Mickelson, where'd he go? Torrey Hines? University High?
You know, I think University rings a bell. We could look that up. Trussell, get on that. Where did Phil Mickelson attend high school? University City. Okay. Not USD High School. University City High School. Well, now there's a University City and USD High School that used to be is now Cathedral.
We'll get it squared away here.
We're on it.
Nevertheless, gives the locals some rooting interest.
Well, people are screaming at their TVs right now. I can hear them.
But that Jordan Spieth, he's only 21. Great composure, terrific game. He's got a 4-shot advantage starting tomorrow to win that green jacket. 2-2 again to Jerko. I never hear you talking about your golf game, Mark.
It's non-existent.
Oh, that's probably why. It's like you're skydiving, you know, just about that same category. I'm bungee jumping.
I would, you know what, honestly, I think I would skydive before I would bungee jump. I really would. I'd have to go on a tandem, though.
Oh, yeah, but
you went on a tandem, right?
Yeah, it's terrific. It's like being a bird. Yeah.
What did you do?
It was hang gliding, but it's basically. Okay. I mean, I didn't have to jump out of a plane. We just jumped. We just ran off a 6,000-foot mountain, and you take about 3 steps, and all of a sudden, you get that uplift, and you know, it was brilliant. I mean, it felt. You don't even know that the other guy's behind you. You feel like you're doing it all yourself.
Right.
You know,
that's very cool.
Smiling all the way. University of San Diego High was Mickelson's high school. A high fly ball hit well to center field, but in the night air, it's not going to go all the way to the path. Pagan makes the catch, and over to third, Middlebrooks. Active managers' most career regular season matchups.
So Bruce Bochy and Clint Hurdle have matched up 160 times, and Clint Hurdle has the edge. 87 wins over Bruce Bochy. Boch and Buddy, 148 times, and Bruce Bochy 4 wins over the manager. And
Girardi. About to be 3.
Yeah.
Madden and Girardi, and Madden and Francona. Joe Madden now the skipper of the Cubs. Socia over Showalter. You were right. Mickelson, University of San Diego High, which is now Cathedral Catholic.
Right. And that's where Carlos Quentin went to high school, University of San Diego High School.
Frank Garces pitched the 8th. Appears that he will be out for the 9th as well, staying loose. Barmas with a man at third, 2 outs. 1 for 4. As we mentioned, the only Padre without an RBI. Here's a chance for him to join that club. Not to be greedy, but
no. Hey, you can't give away at bats, Dick. 20-0, 1-1, whatever the score is for hitters. You got to have the same concentration. It's just like pitchers out there, right? You get an inning of work, you want to have a 1-2-3 inning. You just don't go out there and lollygag it.
One and 2. Mark Pryor. Such an outstanding prospect. What a shame that he came up with arm trouble. Yeah. Now part of the Padre organization. He went to University of San Diego High as well. Right. Center field, and Pagan is there. 8th inning in the books, top of the 9th. Padres 10, Giants 2. Kemp. A 4-hit evening for Kemp. A couple of doubles in the mix. 2 singles. He's knocked in 2 runs and scored a run. And some outstanding defense as well. Kemp's biggest day as a Padre. Game 6 of the season. 4 for 5. He's now 9 for 26 on the season. Hitting around 350. New pitcher is Brandon Maurer. Called up from El Paso. Did not get a chance to pitch in a game in the Pacific Coast League. Called up with the injury to Ian Kennedy, who went on the DL. Hard-throwing right-hander acquired from the Seattle Mariners in the offseason by H.A. Preller for outfielder Seth Smith. Hard-throwing. He can get it up there 98, 99 miles an hour. Grew up in Orange County. Makes his home there. Costa Mesa.
Fastball, slider, changeup. Always working from the stretch.
There's the first fastball at 95.
Darren Balsley talking about Brandon Maurer before the game. He said, you know what? There's a guy who could pitch in the 8th inning. He's got such good stuff. It's one of the things that the Padres have. They can have guys that in a pinch can close out a game or pitch that 8th inning.
Here's his breaking ball, 1-1. Tall, 6'5", 220 pounds. Mariners draft pick, 23rd round back in 2008. Overthrows that one, 2-1. 1-4 in his brief time in the majors and a 4.65 ERA. Untested, but scouts go to those minor league games and they see somebody with an arm like his and they put a check mark. Now 3-1. He had 2012 Double-A ball. Jackson, Mississippi was 9-2. Strikeout pitcher. And he walks Blanco to start the 9th. That'll bring up Matt Duffy. With Seattle in 13 and 2014, appeared in a total of 60 games.
Newly acquired left-hander called up just recently. A couple of lefties now. Garces, now Ririck.
Chris Ririck came with Maurer. As Nick Vincent went to El Paso. Kennedy on the DL for 15, and so those two young arms, Maurer and Ririck, called from the top minor league team, El Paso. That's a strike. 2 strikes the count to Matt Duffy, who is 0 for 3 tonight. Appears Brandon Belt is finally going to get into his first game of the series. He's in the on-deck circle. Dismissed. 1-2.
We'll have to see if Belt's announced, and then Bud Black counters with the lefty Ririck, right? To see, throw him in there in a game like this, see what he can do, right?
Yeah. Test Ririck's arm against a top left-handed batter.
Just a thought.
Yeah, that's what a game like this serves that purpose. Swing and a miss, and a strikeout for Maurer.
Good slider right there by Maurer.
Time now for the Cholula flamethrower.
Yeah, with Mr. Maurer out there on the mound, he's touching 96, and that's hot.
And it isn't Brandon Belt. Contos is going to hit. This is twice tonight in a potential pinch hitting situation. Bruce Bochy has just let the pitcher in there with a lopsided score. Belt just a decoy. If he were healthy, why not give him a chance to swing the bat? But he has a groin pull and they don't want him to aggravate it. So he's missed all 3 games of the series. Contos doesn't get a chance to swing the bat as a relief pitcher. '93. He's had 3 major league at bats, now 4, and he goes down swinging. 2 strikeouts for Maurer.
Maurer's thinking, you know what? I'm just going to work on the location of the fastball. Outer half, elevated, and he goes down swinging.
That'll bring up catcher Hector Sanchez. Some fan disturbance, so pause in the action. So catcher Norris will go out and talk with his young pitcher. Now they want to work to Sanchez. Down to the final out. 10-2 Padres.
And stay tuned after this one. Padres Live, the postgame show. Mike Pomerantz, Mark Sweeney going to break it down. A lot of offense.
How are they going to get everything in a half hour, huh?
They're going to spread a lot of love.
Yeah.
Throughout that Padre lineup. They're going to show every hit, every run,
every RBI, every strikeout by James Shields. Plus their in-depth analysis.
It's all good.
Sanchez pointing to the center field fence. The door out of the bullpen was open. Now we're all set. I bet Matt Kemp's going to get a little love on that postgame show.
Yeah.
Huh?
Get some great sound from Chris Budden, from Buddy Black after this one. A lot to talk about, a lot to chew on.
That wasn't always the case the last few years.
Wasn't a lot left on the bone, right? After Padre games last year.
Let's hope there's some chicken left on the bone tonight so that the Padres come back swinging the bat. 2-0 to Sanchez. Shift on, and he hits it right to Solardi. Solardi to the bag, and the ball game is over. The Padres pound out a 10-2 win over the Giants and take the second game out of 3 from San Francisco. And Mike Pomerantz coming up, Padres Live.
Guys, you hit it right on the head. We're going to be joined live by Justin Upton, Will Middlebrooks. We're going to get James Shields, Matt Kemp, and hey, what's a night without Buddy Black? We'll see you in minutes.